Do you like children's book and want to make one yourself? If so, this video will give you a general idea of the whole process from a day you come up with a story until a day you publish your book and sell them. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chikako. I'm an illustrator who loves making children's book. Just call me Chika. I self-published my book last year and it wasn't an easy path because I didn't know the whole process and I made a lot of mistakes. The size was wrong and space was wrong, but each mistake became good learning and I'm so happy to share with you. I have 8 steps to show you today, but before dive in, let's take some time to dream about your book. When I talk to first-time children's book authors, many can't explain their final desired result. This initial phase is crucial for envisioning your future book. If you're not sure, let's go to a library. There are plenty of books to get inspiration from. Find one that resonates with you. Also, let's analyze a book that you like. While not all books are exactly the same, there are some common parts. You will need a title with illustrations, copyright information, and then story with illustration. At the end, there is usually a mysterious number and a barcode. Having a reference like this makes your vision much clearer, don't you think? Now let's start your project. Create your story. Let's start by creating a story. Inspiration about your story is everywhere. My inspiration came from a single image in a hair salon. I imagined a hedgehog wearing a spiky coat and they are hiding as a secret. From this idea, I began to develop a story. When you are in the process, remember about 2 things carefully. First, consider your audience. When writing your children's book, remember who will read your book. Are they 1 year old or are they 3 years old or 8 years old? Your choice of words or sentence complexity might differ accordingly. Think about page layout too. You will need to fit your story in your book. While 32 pages is common, there's no rule. Divide your story into sections. Now that you have a script, so let's move on to the next step. Creating a mood board. This activity involves gathering images from the internet to build your imaginative world. It helps you consider color combinations and gather references. I typically use Pinterest to find ideas. For my book, I collected images of fashion, clothing, bears, hedgehogs, and other items that I needed to draw. When you are ready to proceed, you will move on the 3rd step, character design. Check how many characters will appear in your book. Write down each character's name and consider their personality and appearance. For example, in my story, there's a bear who owned a secret clothing shop. He described as fluffy and big, wearing a hat, old-fashioned glass. Use this information as a basis for creating a character. Repeat this process for any other characters in your story. Storyboard. Before you begin working on the actual size of your illustrations, it's crucial to sketch out your ideas on paper to visualize the composition. Remember to consider the space needed for the text. This phase allows for easy editing, so take advantage of it. Making changes after this step can be more challenging and time-consuming. Once you're prepared and satisfied with your storyboard, let's go to the next step. Making illustrations. Creating illustration can be time-consuming, but it's a very exciting part. It's essential to maintain a consistent style across all pages to ensure that important elements aren't trimmed off during printing. Make sure canvas slightly larger to accommodate any trimming. Since I'm creating a lot of children's book illustration recently, I want to make another video to explain about more details. If you have any question beforehand, please let me know so that I can include your question in my contents. Adding text to the book. Now it's time to insert your text into the book. You have the flexibility to experiment with different fonts or consider using your own handwriting to give your book a unique touch. For instance, this book looks like handwritten text. It adds a warm and personal feel to the pages. Once you've decided on the font, let's integrate the text into the illustrated pages. License page. Creating a copyright page can be very overwhelming, but you have very strong friend nowadays. ChatGPT creates your copyright template. Most of the part you can cover it, but you might think, what is ISBN? ISBN is numbers that tells you whether it's a hardcover, paperback, or ebook. This number helps identify different editions of a book. In Canada, the process of getting an ISBN is easier than I thought. I find a good tutorial in YouTube. What I did was to visit the specific website and registered my book. Once approved, you'll receive your ISBN number along with a barcode, all for free. However, the process might be different in each country. So now you have a mock-up image for your children's book. You have title, copyright, and ISBN number, illustration with text, and barcode in the end. What will you do next? Publishing your book. Let's see the first way. Online demand. If you are thinking about selling your book online, KDP by Amazon is one of the popular choice. It's convenient if you don't want to keep your books at home or deal with prints and delivery. You can sell as ebook or physical book. Once they get an order, they can print and send it to a customer for you. I considered KDP for myself, but I changed my mind in the end. Quality is important to me, and I've heard that KDP might have some issue of color accuracy. I've never tried, so I don't know. Let me know if you have ever tried. Since my book has pictures, I wanted to make sure that it looks perfect before sending it to customers. So I choose another path, ordering to a local printing company. I find the local companies that print books. Going through this process was a great learning experience. I could touch and choose a paper type, decide whether to coat the cover or not, and the prices changes based on my choices. In the end, working with the local printing company was really helpful for my career as an illustrator and for making this video. For my first edition, I ordered 50 books. You might worry about having a big stock. Do 1 or 2 as a testing. It's more expensive for sure, but your experience will be more valuable than the price. Also, there are opportunities to showcase your book. For example, try your local library. They might buy your book. Coming back to the library they have my book here. Or consider selling at local market, where people are happy to read your story. I made a different video about joining a local market, so I put link below. Last year, I sold around 40 books in local market. It's not just about selling, it's also about understanding your target audience, pricing, and other valuable information that you can learn from people who actually buy your book. So for my second edition, I want to implement some changes based on the feedback from customers. When I received my first book, I remember that my feeling, indescribable joy, it was truly something special. It took me 6 years from the day I created a single image. If you dream of making your children's book, go for it, you can do this. This experience will give you a big difference as you already know the whole process from sketching until the day you publish the book. It's special knowledge before working with someone. I want to deliver content for people who loves art, and you will see my contents every Thursday. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!